reigning Champions League winners host the French champions Lille. And for more on the match, let's hear from Lille and USMNT striker Timothy Weah.
You know, super fun watching all the guys in Europe doing their thing. Like, I was watching Brendan the other day against Bayern. I'm like, it's such a good thing to watch. It's good to see the progression that we've had over the years. So many Americans playing in Europe at the moment, and you know, a lot of us playing at a high level. You know, I watched Surge in Europa the other day, and it was just refreshing to see us playing, you know, top football. And you know, playing against these guys, I really take pride playing against these guys, because we talk about it in camp. You know, we have our little rivalries going on in camp, so it's fun, and you know, it keeps us competitive, keeps us hungry. But the most important thing is that we're happy for each other and happy to see each other, you know, excelling in Europe.
Well, he mentioned so many Americans in Europe, and we could see two going head-to-head in this match if Christian Pulisic features for the Blues. I mean, Jimmy, do you think Tuchel will be looking at this as a favourable tie for them?
I would say so, given the other opponents that they could have faced there, Poppy. You know, they could have maybe drawn a Bayern or something crazy, and that wouldn't have been as much fun for Chelsea. That said, that they're defending champions for a reason. Thomas Tuchel has already shown in his limited time in charge of the Blues that he knows how to get it done in one-off competitions. He doesn't always win every final that he gets to, but he does get to finals, and I think that's an important trait of any successful team. Lille, I think, are in a bit of a tough rut. They've only won 2 out of 7 in 2022. They're coming off a tough 0-0 draw against Metz this past weekend. And even though the Blues aren't necessarily playing that well, they've won 5 successive games. They know how to win even when they don't play well. And what I think is really interesting with regard to Chelsea is they have their identity buttoned up in the back. Like, it's no question they know how to move within a group, whether they play a back 4 or back 3. It's just going forward. I still don't think that Thomas Tuchel knows how to unlock some of these players that are some of the most expensive transfers in their history. So that's going to be, I think, the big challenge. They need to score first. Obviously, they want to get the stamp, you know, or the flag in the ground to let Lille know that it's going to be a long one over 2 legs. So they want to get a lead and really make it a little bit easier in leg 2, because they're obviously competing for some stuff domestically. But this is a great game, and I'm curious to see if Jonathan David and Timo Weah, who should start, are going to have any impact in this whatsoever.
Definitely, Jimmy. You're talking about scoring a goal when we can talk about Lukaku, that is being questioned lately on the hot spot because, well, he's been struggling quite a little bit, and Thomas Tuchel is concerned about that. When you spend so much money on a player that you are expecting him to score 25, 30 goals, and you see that that is not arriving, of course you're going to be concerned. They recover, excuse me, Havertz for the cause. I think he's playing very well. Once again, he's a player that is very, very important for this Chelsea side, because he's a player who can, sometimes when you are very composed, very well organized, when you got to play A, you need a plan B and a plan C. And this is the kind of player who can unlock every single, excuse me, defense. So I'm looking forward to see what is the 11 starter that Thomas Tuchel is going to use for this game. It's true that Lille doesn't have probably the firepower up front to maybe break that line of defense that Tuchel likes to play with. And Chelsea is about to be patient, to try to continue working on those attacks. Let's see who are the 3 players up front who are going to be trying to score the goal. But definitely for me, it's the favorite Chelsea in this first game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Luciano. I think Lukaku's the main figure, right? Obviously, so much money being spent on him, 115 million. Obviously, had a terrific season for Inter. But to have only the return of 10 goals from 28 appearances this season is largely disappointing. He doesn't look himself. Doesn't look 100%. But you know who does look good? Hakim Ziyech looks absolutely tremendous. Thought he was unbelievable at the weekend. Thought Chelsea played some really good football. They could have won by more goals than they did do against Palace. But they're a good side, Chelsea. We know they're definitely favourites going into this tie. And Jimmy had mentioned it. Lille not in great form, only 1 win from the last 4, all 4 of those games being in League 1. But then they have actually qualified out of Group G, scoring 7 goals in the Champions League and from 6 games. So not a big return from them. But the fact is, they're efficient. They know how to score goals and they know how to defend. Only 4 goals let in the group stages. That's really impressive. Going up against the champions in Chelsea, who we expect to bang in the goals, I want to see Chelsea turn up on the day. I want to see Lukaku turn up on the day. That's what I want to see from this big game coming up. But I'm also intrigued, like Jimmy Conrad just mentioned, what can Jonathan David do in this game? And the old-timer, Burak Yilmaz, 36 years old, can he be the match winner in this game?